is Mishania, and I just wanted to take this time to introduce myself rather than just like go straight into all the things that comes with budgeting. I figured I'd make a first video. I've already recorded a couple of videos of cash stuffing and setting up my binder. I live in New York City, man. Specifically Brooklyn, not Manhattan. That was a thing of the past and I will never go back. But you will hear things like this. And I also live by a train station that is very close by, which is great, but it is above ground. And so every time I pass, you will hear it. I'll try to pause when that happens, just so things aren't being too interrupted. But just a heads up that there will probably be a lot of background noise in this video and future videos. Anyway, I wanted to introduce myself, talk a little bit about where I am financially and where I'm hoping to go, and then there's kind of like a base place that we can go back to in terms of seeing where I'm ending up in stages. Okay, so let's get into it. So my main reason for creating this channel is one, keeping myself accountable. I need to be accountable in terms of my finances because I'm just really bad at it, but also in searching for information about the type of job that I do and how to set up my finances, there wasn't a lot of information out there. So I figured it could be helpful to other people. So I work as I guess a lot of people will call it a freelance babysitter. So before the pandemic, I worked with a number of families on a weekly basis, and then I would have like families just reach out and I would fill like empty slots in my schedule when needed. Now, you know, we're into the pandemic. I took a break. I had to, in terms of my health and the family's health, since I was working with so many different people, and I switched over to just working with one family. So now the way I'm working is that I am doing it on a case-by-case basis, and I've had situations like that in the past. It's constantly fluctuating because, again, I am a freelance babysitter. I go to school full-time, and so it does not make sense for me to have one family that I'm working with just in terms of my schedule. So every semester it's changing. I am in my final semester, and because of that, I am also job hunting right now. It's taking a while, and I'm hoping that something pans out soon because it's getting hard to maintain like my finances with the way things are now, especially school has started. A lot of the children that I babysit have started school, which is great. Like I've been with them for years, and so it's from baby to now they're 3-4 years old going to school. So it's been lovely to see that, but at the same time, very limited in the hours that I'm getting. So let's go into my finances and how that's set up, being a freelance babysitter. The way that I do things is that my bills get paid first. So, and that will remain the case in terms of budgeting. So I won't be cash stuffing every week. The way I work is that the first 2 weeks I am paying up all my bills, and then throughout the month I'm putting a big chunk into my Capital One bank account for my rent. That works for my job mainly because every week is different. And for example, next week, I think I am scheduled to do about 15-20 hours, which is low. But this week it was the same case. Now I'm up to over 40 hours because I got a 24-hour overnight job. So it's constantly changing. So I can't kind of say, okay, I'm gonna put this amount towards my bill per week. I have to be like, okay, all of it is going to my bills until the bills are paid up, and then we'll go on to budgeting and saving and cash stuffing. So let's go into what my finances are looking like. And I will premise this by saying that there's a lot of embarrassment and shame in my finances. I have a lot of debt. I have a lot of credit card debt, and less shameful are my loans. Fortunately for this degree, so I'm working on my 3rd degree, I have switched careers. This degree, I did not incur any student loans, which I am so excited about. And so, but getting a bachelor's and getting a master's, being a first-time college student in my family, not understanding what that means and how finances worked, I incurred a lot of debt. So there's a lot of debt on that side, but there's also a lot of debt in terms of credit card, which I'm very ashamed about. And so, because I don't know you yet, you know, I'm getting to know you, I won't share exactly how much I owe. I might eventually. What I will do is give a breakdown of what my bills are looking like. So monthly, I pay about $2,408 for bills overall. $1,685 of that are my bills. So then the remaining balance, $722, go towards my credit card and some of my student loan debts. So that's where we're at in terms of our finances. I'm trying to make this video as short as possible, but I'm going to give a quick start to my debt and how that started. So I got my two first credit cards when I was in high school. I think I was about 17 years old. I don't think I was 18. I was either 17 or like just to turn 18, but I feel like I wasn't 18. Are you required to be 18 to get a credit card? So my very first credit card was one from Bank of America, which was $500. That card is no longer, I paid off that card and wasn't using it, and they're like, we're just going to cancel it. And then they did. So I no longer have that card. And it always remained $5. I am 33 now. I think it got canceled when I was 31. So I got it when I was 17 or 18. So that's what, like 13 years. And it always remained $500. They never increased my, credit limit. My very, very first credit card was $130. It now stands at $20,000 because while I am in debt, my credit is good. So I had to realize that, like, just because my credit is good does not mean that I am good or that like I'm in a good financial space. And so my goal has always been to have good credit and maintain that good credit. And now I'm realizing you also need to maintain like your finances and have money just growing on your end. You cannot depend on, these credit cards. So that credit card was hell for years. It has had a chokehold on me for years. And the highest I'd ever owed on that credit card was $11,000 of the $20,000 credit limit. And I am so thankful to say that I finally paid that credit card off last year and have not seen that card since. Like, I chucked it somewhere and will not look at it, will not think about it. I even had told myself, like, hey, this is a high credit limit. You do not want this card to get canceled on you. You need to start using it for bills and paying it off. But I know myself, I know I'm not going to do that. So I have not looked at it. I will approach it when I'm ready. So that's my journey. And then from there, it's just kept escalating. I realized at some point when I graduated from school, I was dealing with a lot of stress, and I don't know if I would call it depression, but something along there. And I filled it with buying a lot of clothes and also decorating my room in my mom's house to make myself happier. And so I would like swipe these cards and not think about it. And as long as I paid the minimum, I was fine. I am not fine. I am tired of paying $700. Like, I have no problems paying my high rent. I'm willing to sacrifice that for what I want in that sense. And it's not smart financially. The smart thing would be to move back into my mom's house, or the smart thing would be to have 2 additional roommates and being like a 4-bedroom apartment, which the more rooms you get, the lower your rent is. But I don't want that, and at the end of the day, I need to be happy, and so my happiness outweighs that. So that's where I'm at with my finances. I'm going to go a little bit into what my cash stuffing details look like. I do it on an Excel sheet, so I'll go into that, and then yeah, so let's roll into the Excel footage. So this is the setup of my cash envelopes. data. So I have a monthly bills on my finance. So this is my finance sheet. I should go into that first. So here, this makes no sense to anyone but me. This is where I'm calculating my weekly thing and kind of like, it's almost like scratch sheet, but I want things to be automated. So I do it on an Excel instead of calculating it myself on a sheet of paper. So there's no rhyme or reason to that. Don't even try to understand it. So here's where I have my sinking funds ideas set up and what I need to cash stuff for weekly. So for personal, I'm always going to give myself $30, and that's just that's for like if I'm out and I grab a coffee, which I try not to do. I try to make coffee here now. I have given up Starbucks. I gave up Starbucks because of the pandemic. I wasn't going anymore. I'm like, this is wonderful. I'm saving so much money. Groceries will get $50 each week. And we're trying to go grocery shopping every 2 weeks. So I try to have about 100 to 110. So if I have a little bit more money for the second week, I'll put 60 instead of 50. And then birthdays fluctuates. It all depends on if I have an upcoming birthday and I know I need to add a little bit more. 1 month ahead savings, $20 goes towards that, and then any remaining money that I have from my personal money at the end of the week, that does not include $1 bills. And then I'm also doing the 52-week challenge, and then I'm doing this actually should say envelope. I could not do the 100 envelope challenge, and so I had to be real with myself and just say I can't do that, but I can make it work for me. And I see a lot of comments where they're like, I'm low income, there's no way that I could do this. And I always give the advice, just make it work for you. Make it work for you. I see a lot of people who also change a $100 envelope to $5 increments, right? I can't do that. I can only go up from $1 to $50, and I will pull an envelope based, at least once a week. If I see that I have a little bit more money where I could pull 2 envelopes, I'll do that. So I'm making it work for me. And then the debt payoff, the way I calculated the percentage, so I'm basing my sinking funds on a percentage rather than like, a specific amount every week or seeing where my income is and then doing it every week. It just works better for my brain. So the most important stuff that I know that I'm going to need to dip into more often, or I want to raise more money for faster, I've given 10%. So Christmas, new wardrobe, I'm trying to completely get rid of 90% of my wardrobe and start fresh, because I think my style has changed, my body has also changed, and I also want to buy clothes that's going to last longer and also is putting back into my community in a way. And also I'm plus size, so that's going to be hard to do if you don't have the money for it. Dine out, I love to go out with friends. I don't do it often anymore, obviously, 1, because of the pandemic, and just 2, because I'm an introvert and I'm also in my 30s. I'd rather be home reading. And then household, which can really mean anything. I don't have anything having to do with the house. Like if I need laundry soap, if I need to put money on our laundry card for the building, etc. And then budgeting tools, 5%. That's anything that goes into like buying a binder, buying a laminating machine, even buying the camera stand that attaches to your desk, things like that. But you can see this. I don't need to go real in depth with everything. So once all that is added up, it comes up to 78%. Let's make sure. But yeah, 78%, because I have this to subtract the sum of this from 100%. So we'll go back and get rid of that. So anything left over goes into my debt payoff. The way I'm doing my debt payoff is going from the smallest credit card up. So the smallest that I have right now that I owe on is my Chase account, and I owe $1,273. So anything remaining from that, from like my weekly cash stuffing or bi-weekly cash stuffing, will go into that. And this is just how I set. I need everything to be automated, so I just do it on here. I might switch to sheets eventually, but right now this is what I'm doing. I have cash stuff for week 1. I don't have a video for that. I have cash stuff for week 2. I do have a video for that. And then week 3 will be coming up soon. This might change based on if I get more hours. I think I'm going to get more hours, and I actually think I'm going to maybe cap it at $450. So right now I am set to make about $1,000 this week, and even though it's the second to last week of September, just based on what my hours are looking like next week and what October is looking like next week, I'm going to try to pay a lot of my bills from, like, at least half of the money from this week will go into bills for next month. I already have all my bills for this month paid, and my rent for October 1st is already paid. So now I'm going to start paying into next month's bills, just so everything's cleared up. But yeah, that's how I have my sinking fund set up and how I'm trying to track my finances, and this will keep growing as we go along. So that's it. Anyway, I wanted to give just an overview of me, my money, and where I hope to go with this channel, and how that will reflect on my finances and my budgeting. Hopefully that kind of gives you a good starting place for my future videos. I've already recorded 2 of those videos, a cash stuffing and a binder setup, as I said, and I can't think of anything else I want to talk about. So welcome. I hope you subscribe and stay and learn with me or give me advice. I feel like a lot of people, I wanted to give a shout out to Taylor Budgets. I've been following people's financial journey for a while and have thought about starting my own journey. I've been a part of these budgeting and Dave Ramsey and whatever Facebook groups for a while and never got into it. And then somehow, I have no idea what I was searching. I think maybe on TikTok I saw somebody doing a cash stuffing, and it was so soothing and calming. So I came to YouTube, and the first person I saw was Taylor Budgets, and I watched a bunch of her videos. And at some point I was like, oh my gosh, this is like ASMR. I have to find all the cash stuffing videos. And then I was like, you could do this. Look how people are doing this. Look how people like you who are low income are doing this. And look at, and especially the cash exchange, the money exchange is what really taught me, you can slowly build that. You can slowly build that where you have reached such a point in your binder where you're taking out money to put in a bank and have $1,000, fake bill to place whole because you had been saving so much. And I was like, yeah, let's do it. So here we are. Welcome. Thank you for watching. I will not really see you in the next video because you won't see my face. Probably not for a few videos, but thank you for being here. Bye.